What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. We have, I'm getting text messages from Philly 500, who, one time earlier this week, he was making an offer for trading for Micah Parsons. And, every time there's a new twist in there, he's like, it's done. It's over with, man. They're not fixing this. They're not fixing this, man. It's done. And I'm like, okay, just wait, because this is them boys, okay? We know how the Cowboys and Jerry Jones operate. But here's my mind. I'm trying to understand something. Okay, so if you've been in business before, when you make a bid or a contract offer and things like that, and you give it to somebody, typically there's a period of time that the offer is good for, right? Because what can happen, like, as a contractor, if I give you a price for doing a kitchen or something like that, you got maybe 30 days to accept that offer, because in this day and age, with problems with supply after COVID and all that, prices go up like crazy. And the price that I gave you, 2 months ago might be way off because the materials have gone way up. The cost of labor or finding people to do the work has gone up. Minimum wage may have gone up. There's all kinds of reasons why that contract offer doesn't last for very long. And then there's something that's known in construction business, or pretty much any business that you write contract is, it's a change order. When things change, if you deviate from the original contract, then you have to do a change order, which says things have changed, here's something different than what we were going to do, so it's a change order. So those are basic things in business. Now, you would think, or here's the thing that we understand here. Today's price is not tomorrow's price, because things always go up. The market determines things going up. And for people who seem to think that when you make an offer 6 months ago, which we're talking, Jerry Jones is constantly saying, we had a deal back in March. Well, March, April, May, June, July, end of August. That's 6 months ago. And here's what's happened is there is a change in the price of labor. When you had a deal back in March, it was before Max Crosby got 36, before Myles Garrett got 40, before TJ Watt got 3 years and 41 million. You follow me? So those dynamics have changed. So Jerry Jones spouting about a contract that he had back in March. If you had a contract deal, then you should have closed the deal then when you had it cheap. Now here's the thing that I'm trying to understand with the Dallas Cowboys is, if you're actually trying to make good deals, okay? If it's not about me trying to get more publicity, which I of course believe, and you and I both believe that this is what it's really about. If you're really about trying to get good deals and so on, and having gone through this is not like Micah Parsons is the first time we've gone through a contract like this. No. We've dealt with contract situations like this from all the way from Emmitt Smith. But in recent years, we've dealt with contracts like D-Law, where the price of, we talked to D-Law at the scouting combine and we were talking about $18 million. Now, a couple of months later, he's talking about 21, because the market dynamics have changed. Okay? That's me. That's my truck. Get my key thing. Because the market dynamics have changed. And that's why the price goes up. And so you would think that the Cowboys would understand that time is of the essence. Now see, here's the thing. To say we had a deal back in March, if there was no escalation in the salary cap, if the salary cap stayed consistent throughout, and this is the thing people don't seem to understand, is the salary cap continues to go up. When it goes up $25 million on $250 million contract, that's going up about 8% a year. So you expect then the contracts to follow in suit, to be a percentage of what the salary cap is. And so for Jerry to sit here and try and cry poor is ridiculous. Because you understand how, you've been here for 35 years. You understand that from the first contract under the salary cap of Troy Aikman, I think it was what, $30 million for like 10 years or something like that, which was mind blowing back then. You know, now you're talking about $60 million a year for a quarterback. It's been constantly going up with a few hiccups like COVID. So I remember as a contractor, I'm trying to remember exactly how the saying was, but it was basically saying, sign on the you go and buy materials, the sign on the wall was like, your poor planning doesn't constitute an emergency on my behalf. You follow me? So we're sitting here looking where, you know, Jerry's, well, you know, we had to pay Dak Prescott $60 million. No, you didn't have to pay Dak Prescott $60 million. You screwed around and it became $60 million because you were late to the table. Well, we had to pay CeeDee Lamb $34 million. No, because you waited around, the price went up. Because see, when you could have gotten CD done, Tyreek Hill was the highest paid at $30 million. And if you had forced the issue and said, hey, CD, let's get this thing done. Do $31 million. Done. Because see, with Dak Prescott, you had the opportunity of a lifetime. After year 3, when he was dirt cheap, $680,000. You said, you know what? We're going to save some money. We're going to wait. See, you had that 4th year, that was only $2 million. You could have signed him right then and there for $28 million. Kept that $2 million right there, and the next year had a cap hit of about 14. Instead, you fucked around. You fucked around, and you franchise tagged him and had him at a hard $31 million. And then tried to tag him again. See, this is where for being a billionaire businessman, you're stupid as shit. Because having a franchise tag is the worst way to go. It's a hard number. See, here's the thing. CeeDee Lamb signs a deal, $34.5 million. First year, his cap number is about $9 million. We're in year 2. Guess what? His cap number is 14. So let me explain to you. If the Cowboys play Micah Parsons on the 5th year option, this one season will cost more than having gotten CeeDee Lamb's contract done for 2 years. So, Jerry, it's on you, bro. Your poor planning should not constitute an emergency on Micah Parsons. See, you were the one, mind you, that signed Michael Gallup on a bad knee, on a bum knee. We paid 13, let's see, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. $8 million. You got $8 million this year. Dead money. Michael Gallup. It's your poor planning. You don't sign somebody to a big, fat, juicy contract that's got an ACL injury. See what I mean? So, anyway, I can see why I can see why my dad always liked to sit out on the porch in the evening. Finish up the day. I hear the cicadas and the birds. Watch the sun go down. And just survey life. I'm finding more and more things about me that are so much like my dad. I miss you, Dad. Have a good evening, good people. And I gotta get my stuff put away here. Get it put away in the shed. Peace.